What's up, everybody? Welcome to In Love with Horror. My name is AJ,
And I'm Christy.
and you are now tuned in to our horror news live show for November 10th. Was it November 10th? November 9th?
It's the
9th?
ninth.
9th, yeah. November 9th, 2025. Thank you so much for joining us for our live news discussion on this Sunday, y'all. We got another dope show as always. We got some classic films that are coming back. We got some updates on films. So I think it'll be a dope little show for this Sunday. Now, as
Mm-hmm.
always, I want to kick it off with housekeeping, and I see we already got people in the chat. Our Life in Horror saying good morning to one of my favorite horror couples. Appreciate that.
Good
Sam and Brandon,
morning.
shout out to y'all as well. A couple housekeeping things is always off the top. Of course, we got to always mention our Scream. If you've seen this podcast, if you're not familiar with it, it's a podcast that comes out once a week on Spotify and Apple, where we discuss older films in detail. We just walk through the film and just give you our thoughts on what we liked and didn't like. It's always a good time. It's always a fun discussion. You can check out that podcast. It comes out every week on Wednesdays on our podcast channels. Of course, we are watching It Welcome to Derry, and we're doing reviews on that. Right after the episode airs, we do a spoiler review. We got episode 3 coming out tonight, actually. So super excited to see the next episode. I know I'm really enjoying that show. Bae, how you feeling about It Welcome to Derry so far?
Yeah, I'm having a good time with it. I do wish it. I hate that we have to wait weekly for it. Um, and it's crazy. That's only been three. Oh, we're coming up on the third episode. I feel like it's been longer than that. I don't know, but yeah, I'm excited to check out this week's episode. And see where the story goes because we got a whole bunch of little things uncovered in the last episode. So I'm excited about that.
Oh yeah, I'm right there with you. I think maybe because that last episode felt so long.
Yeah.
The episodes are
It was
very long, so I think it also has that feeling because it's like there's so much story being moved and progressed. Um, but definitely excited to see where they take it next. I'm loving It Welcome to Derry so far. Now this time when Christy and I watched episode 3, we went back and we watched the 2 It films from Andy Muschietti, so we might be able to pick up on a little bit more things now that we did the
okay.
rewatch of those movies. Because rewatching those movies, we are like, oh, there's a lot of connective tissue between the films that he made and the show. So kind of, I feel like it's going to be even more fun watching the show now, having some context and some of the linkage between the show and the movie. So excited for the next episode. Make sure you look out for our review. Next up, we got to talk about the films that we had the chance to watch this over the course of this weekend. The first film that we watched was, of course, Predator Badlands. We got that review up on the YouTube channel as well as the podcast channels. And man, Predator Badlands was fire, y'all. Like, if you haven't seen Predator Badlands, I recommend that you try to find some time on this Sunday to go check it out because it is worth paying the ticket for admission at the theater because Predator Badlands is dope. What were your thoughts on Predator Badlands? Let them know about Predator Badlands, but
Well, I mean, I thought it was fantastic. I had a great time watching that movie. I really love the character, being an original character to the franchise deck. I thought he was a really cool character, super solid character arc. I liked performances, the atmosphere of the movie, every way things looked. It was fun. I even liked the action, and I'm not big into action, but it was really good. Had a great time watching it.
yeah, I agree. The action was good. The characters were dope. The journey, it's that typical warrior's journey type of film, and I feel like it's formulaic, but they execute it on the formula so good, and you have so much fun with it that it doesn't matter. It's just a dope little movie. Liked it more than I was expecting. Definitely check out Predator Badlands if you haven't seen it yet. It's another dope Predator film from Dan Trachtenberg. And then the last film that we watched this past weekend was, of course, Frankenstein. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein just dropped on Netflix this past weekend. We had a chance to watch that film. We actually did a reaction to it. We haven't done a movie reaction in quite a while. So we actually decided to do a reaction to Frankenstein. So that's in the works. I'm editing that now. That'll be out hopefully in the next day or two here on the channel, on the YouTube channel. So be on the lookout for that. Frankenstein, because we don't have an actual review out or anything right now. So here's our thoughts, like officially right here on live on the news show. Frankenstein, at least to me, is like a damn near like a masterpiece. I don't think there's anything that I dislike about this film. I was honestly just blown away by everything in this film, from the visuals, whether it be the way the Frankenstein's like the creature design, to the costumes, to just the actual like imagery in the film, the way it's shot, the camera work, the music was super fire. I mean, just everything about this film I thought was excellent, and I loved every second of it. Babe, what were your thoughts on Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein?
Yeah, I mean, I concur with everything you said. It was good. It was really good.
Yeah, 5 out of 5 film, y'all. Like, I think we already put it on our letterbox as well. 5 out of 5.
No,
What?
I haven't put it up there. I always wait until we do our
Oh,
YouTube reviews before I post the
okay.
reviews.
I thought we had rated it. My bad. I thought we did. Well, surprise, 5 out of 5 for the letterbox. Because it's just that dope. Frankenstein is
Sam, I plan on explaining my thoughts on that in the review.
because she mentioned Mia Goth.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said, I have nothing I dislike either. I was even worried about Mia Goth because I'm not her biggest fan, but she didn't even bother me. Yeah, actually editing our reaction to it is, you have a part in there, babe, where you actually reacted
I didn't
to
mean
Mia
to.
Goth. It's in there, so people will be able to experience it. It was super funny. Because you feel a little bit different about it. We also got,
different about what?
because Sam said that Mia Goth didn't really bother her
Okay.
in the
Okay,
movie,
gotcha.
and I think for you, it's the same kind of syndrome that people have with Pedro Pascal, where you just see him in the movie all the time.
Okay. Yeah.
That's kind of how you feel about it, right?
Yeah, it's very same. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. We also got Blizz73 in the chat saying peace and good morning, y'all. What's going on, Blizz73? Thank you for joining us live. He also said, I really hope Scream 7 is fire, because if it's trash, I'll be very disappointed. Yeah, I'm hoping that Scream 7 will deliver. I like the trailer. Our trailer reaction's up on the channel. I really liked the Scream 7 trailer. I think, but you just thought the Scream 7 trailer was okay, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to that,
Yeah.
I know what you did last summer trailer.
We got King Nikki in the chat. She said, I feel like the story of Frankenstein has been done to death. I'm not in any hurry to watch.
I still need to watch. I know Sam and Brendan on their channel, Our Life in Horror. Be sure to subscribe to them if you're not already. But I know that they did like a bunch of watches of the Frankenstein movies and talked about them on their channel recently. I have not watched the Mary Shelley's Frankenstein yet, but maybe Sam can speak to that, how similar those stories are, because this story is very different than the 1931 story. And I haven't read the book, so I wouldn't know. But I do plan on watching that movie because I am interested in seeing what that was like. Because I think the 1931 OG one, Bay, is not even really adapted from the book; is adapted from a stage play done by someone else. So that's why I wanted to watch Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, because that one is supposed to be adapted directly from the book. So I wonder how different the stories are as well. But I know obviously GDT took some liberties, and I saw a lot of people who are Frankenstein purists might not like. Actually, no, they didn't. They didn't like it. So I'm interested to see what. Okay, she said Mary Shelley's Frankenstein wasn't my fave, but after googling the book, it's definitely very close to it, and I haven't read it either. Okay, so I was wondering.
Yeah, look, I don't know shit about the books, but I'm gonna say right now, as someone who doesn't know nothing about the books, I thought Guillermo del Toro's version was just super dope. Like, it was the most fire Frankenstein shit I've ever seen. especially when obviously I can't talk no spoilers here, but there's a lot of sequences that involve Frankenstein, and I can't wait for a reaction to come out. 'Cause like that, the opening that movie might be one of my favorite openings of the year, because I was just like, I think I even commented in the opening, I was like, this might be the hardest Frankenstein movie ever made, because even though I haven't even seen, but I was just so like surprised by the vibe of this movie. I think I even commented to Christy after we watched the film. I was like, going into leaving this movie is how I expected to feel watching Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. I expected to feel the way I felt after watching GDT's Frankenstein, where I was just like, this is dope ass period piece with just a lot of dope ass moments, incredible writing, beautiful film. Like I don't know, I was expecting to feel how I felt after Frankenstein. I was just like, yo, that shit was hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was feeling. Super dope, man. I like that film. GDT's Frankenstein a lot. We got Michael in the chat saying good morning. What's going on, Michael? Thank you for joining. He also said, honestly, I've never been a Frankenstein person, but I'm gonna check it out today. You may like it.
I don't I don't know. Michael might like it.
I think it's dope. But yeah. I saw that the ratings were ranging quite a bit. I know we had looked up people's ratings on Letterboxd, and I felt like it was definitely mixed. Like people really up on it, and people like, oh, this is kind of mid,
Yeah.
But we'll see. King Nikki said, the show Penny Dreadful did Frankenstein. So many have told the story of AJ's hype is selling me. All right, well, hold on now. It works for me. It works for me.
You can't always trust AJ's hype.
Yeah, you can't. I'm very particular for some reason, I guess. Like sometimes shit really, really hits for me, and sometimes stuff doesn't. But I thought
I can't really compare it to anything to give you a guide. Be like, oh yeah, this is like this. But because I think it has such a mix of everything. It has like AJ was saying, it has some like action. It has all the elements of gothic horror. It has, emotional moments. There's a lot of prose in the writing. It definitely feels artistic, but it's also very interesting too. So I mean, I feel like it might hit. If you don't love all of it, there's going to be some parts that you do like, I think.
Oh yeah, there'll be definitely parts where you're gonna be like, oh yeah, this shit is amazing. But I feel like it's always engaging though. There wasn't like I was telling Christy, the movie's long, but there was no point where I was bored. Where I was just kind of like, all right now, because I was always like really gripped and engaged by the performances and all the deliveries of the dialogue. It was always like keeping me locked in the whole movie. But yeah, that shit was amazing though. So be on the lookout for a reaction in the next couple of days. But check out the film too, because you may like it. But we high on it. We up there. Let's see what else we got in the chat. Sam just mentioning jumping into Penny Dreadful. I never did finish that show. I think I watched I think that show has 3 seasons. I think I watched the first 2 seasons, but I never finished the final season of Penny Dreadful. Sam said Jacob Elordi scream is ingrained in my brain. He was incredible. He was.
Hands down.
He killed that shit.
Yeah.
That shit was amazing.
I think this is probably his best performance that I've seen him do.
Yeah, that's really he definitely. You can there's after a moment I can kind of tell at certain times that it's him, but for the most part I feel like he's very much lost in the character.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, there's moments I was like, oh yeah, that's him.
No, Nikki. She said, are there any black people in this movie?
Yeah, no.
There's exactly 0 black people in this movie.
There's 0. But you won't think about it though. At least I didn't, because all the characters are really good.
Well, it was set in the late 1800s, so I don't think we would want to be in there anyway.
Probably not.
Actually, it wasn't even late. It was like mid 1800s.
Yeah. I don't know what we was doing on that side of the world during that time. But I know what was going on in
We know
America.
what we was doing.
Yeah, I'm sure it was the same. But
Uh,
either way, the shit is hard as hell though. Jacob Elordi went crazy. Like I'm
yeah.
telling you right now, that opening sets the tone. I was thinking, babe,
No.
like when we do our awards show for the year, I was almost thinking like, because the opening of Frankenstein is so
So you
fucking
trying to add a
fire.
category and
I
then
was
give
like,
it to Frankenstein?
hey, look, hey, I might be, but I was like, yo, you might have to have like a best opening sequence category because that shit was just unmatched. I think I
You
was like,
sound like
damn.
the Country Music Awards.
Try to create a cat, but it'd be dope. I think in the future too, though, to like analyze people's
Yeah.
opening sequences because there are some that have some really good ones. But that Frankenstein one, I was like, whoa, this shit is hard.
Mhm.
But yeah. Anyway, y'all. Moving on with our housekeeping, some other things that we watched recently, because this is this is now we're going to the TV realm, right? So we had saw that there was a new season of Ghost Adventures that just started. It just started, right, babe? It's like season
The new
30 or
season? Yeah.
season 30, I think. So we decided to go back and start watching season 29. That show's been on forever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't but have you seen like all the seasons or you know what I'm saying?
No,
Or
I
we
didn't
just
even
picked
know it had
29.
came back. No, 29 is the only thing that's on HBO Max. That's why we watching
Okay.
29.
Yeah, I thought they had some other stuff on there too. Because I feel like when I was searching on HBO Max, I saw like some other Ghost Adventures. Maybe they had
Well,
some specials or
then
something.
maybe so, but they only got 29 on there.
Yeah, but we started checking that season 29 out. It was a lot of fun to watch. I feel like it's
This is crazy.
the
They went
same
to the
old Ghost Adventures.
Poltergeist, the house that was in the Poltergeist movie in the first episode. And it was just, I don't know, it's funny because of how over the top Zach Baggins is.
It's the same Zach
And
Bagans.
yeah, it's just hilarious to watch. And, they were trying to figure out if there was the curse was real that had to do with the movie. And if it was because they dug that hole and that they dug where all the skeletons were at. It's
Mm-hmm.
just ridiculous, but still entertaining at the same time.
Yeah. Um, I do miss like remember like way back in the day, like beginning eras of Ghost Adventures and Zach Baggins was just disrespectful as fuck to spirits. I do miss that type of shit
He's not like
where
that anymore.
he'd be like, you want to scratch somebody? Scratch me, you pussy. Like just going ham on the demons and ghosts. Like he wasn't scared at all. Like it was just so different than what was going on at the time for paranormal investigation. I was like, oh shit, this dude don't give a fuck. Um, but yeah, the newer seasons seem to be pretty dope. And then last thing we want to mention is, babe, you started rewatching Stranger Things, because you've only seen the first 2 seasons. I think you stopped
Maybe.
watching maybe around season 3, and you don't even remember season 2 because I brought up something and he was like, I don't remember, and I was like, wow.
Yeah,
So
I don't remember
so you,
anything. I
yeah, you
just stopped
stopped.
finished season 1 last night. So I'm invested. I'm gonna keep going. So, because I think the new season starts on the 26th or something like
Yeah.
that this month.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I got a long way to go, but
But you can make it. And I already told her once she gets to season 4, let me know because I want to rewatch season 4. Because season 4 was like some of the most fire television in a while. Like, I mean, it was like you was watching a bunch of movies because episodes were crazy long, but it was impressive with how excellent that basically show making was.
yeah, it's
So
just crazy to see how little they are. Because, like I said, I started back in season 1. It's like, oh my gosh, look how small these
yeah, they're
kids
like
are,
babies.
and now
Yeah.
they're full grown adults.
Now they are grown. It's taken them so long to complete this series. Excited for season 5 because they're going to reveal like everything, wrap up all the stories, reveal
Mm.
everything that happened with Will, what the upside down is. Like they're revealing like everything, so it's gonna be super dope with the final season. And you could tell they know this 5th season is gonna go so hard because of how they spaced everything out. Like I think they're dropping it in like 3 different parts. So you got
Hmm.
the first couple episodes coming out on the 26th, and then I think the next episode or 2 is coming out like on Christmas, and I think the finale
Oh,
comes out on like New Year's Day in theaters or something like that. Like
that's
they
interesting.
know, they know, hey, y'all ain't ready for this shit. Like it's about to go stupid. Uh, because that's how season 4 was. I mean, I know you didn't watch season
No,
4, but I'm sure you remember just how
I don't.
crazy people were going for season 4.
Yeah, no, I don't remember any of that.
Oh man, people was going insane. That shit broke all types of records for Netflix's viewing and stuff like that. So Stranger Things about to go crazy. Of course, we'll be talking about it once the episodes drop later this month. But that's it for housekeeping. With that, we can actually go ahead and get into the news. I do want to mention Blizz73's comment in the chat. He said, on another note, if y'all got Tubi, check out this movie called Trick starring Omar Epps. It's surprisingly good. I'm buying it on DVD. And he said, yes, I still buy physical media. I love it. Oh, yeah, physical media is dope. I think we would definitely buy more if it wasn't so damn expensive. Physical media is not cheap because, I would have to buy the 4K Blu-rays, and them shits is crazy expensive. Chrissy don't care about the
I
4K
don't. I
Blu-rays,
don't
but
think it's all that necessary.
it's necessary because I mean, like, if you got a big ass TV hanging on the wall, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to just put a DVD on it and it's all blurry and grainy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It ain't
you
gonna be
want it.
that blurry. You got like you ain't able to see it.
It's gonna be pretty bad.
It's not
See,
that bad.
you haven't watched a DVD
I
on a big
recently
ass TV.
watched
On a big ass TV?
on the TV upstairs. Yes, that TV is pretty not. It's not the same size as downstairs TV, but it's a large TV. I watched the A Haunting that was on DVD. It looked perfectly fine to me.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I think
Obviously, it's not 4K, but hey,
your vision probably a little different than
I had
mine.
my glasses on.
Yeah,
It still looks good. I mean, not
I'm.
great, but it looks like an old movie. I mean, it's fine.
It's different between looking old and then looking all jacked up. But anyway, yeah, I need to have the 4K because I like it to be, uh, like it to be clear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what's all because you capture so much detail. I was actually just watching a video the other day. Adam Savage, he has a tested YouTube channel, and they were talking about the history of like the film cameras and filmmaking, and they were talking about like the large format stock film reels um, and they're talking about some of those epics that were made back then and how they were shot on the 2 frames, 8 perforated film stock, and talking about how much resolution and data is within those film stocks. And it's
Mm.
just now being able to be realized now that we have these 4K and 8K TVs. Now we can actually get all that detail and all that beauty that they actually shot. So that's what I'm saying. Like 4K, man, it allows you to experience kind of like what they intended for you to experience.
Okay.
It's just expensive though. Key Nikki said, I've been trying to build a physical media collection. I bought like 10 DVDs in a year because it's crazy expensive. Yeah. But she agreed with you.
Yes.
She'll buy Blu-ray, not buying 4K, not worth it. Really?
I can understand like if you're buying like brand new stuff that just came out. You went to the theater and you saw it and you was like, okay, I want this same experience at home. Okay, that makes sense. But if I'm like for example, the last physical media we purchased was a movie called Embalmer. They don't make it on no 4K Blu-ray. They only make it on DVD, right? So obviously that's the only thing we can
That's
get.
all you can get. Yeah.
Or if you go to the thrift store and you're like, oh, I really love this movie, I'm gonna grab it. I'm not gonna be like, I'm not getting that because it's not 4K Blu-ray. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like where I'm at about it.
I mean, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
If there is a 4K Blu-ray though, I think I prefer to wait and get the 4K version.
We
That's
do
just
that,
me.
we ain't gonna get none. You just talked about how much money it costs, and you don't want to spend the money. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah.
So it's like, okay, so you can wait 10 years to go get this 4K Blu-ray. But you
That's
can get
fine.
it at the $5 Walmart bin for $5 right now
Absolutely.
on DVD.
I'd rather wait till I got the means to buy every fucking 4K Blu-ray I ever want to buy. I'd rather wait till that
Okay.
point
Oh, here,
than
here's another thing.
stack up a bunch of $5
Okay,
DVDs.
well, what if you go ahead and get the $5 Blu-ray? I mean DVD, right? Because you have access to the movie. It's in your library. Because who knows? Like one day you might be like, I really want to watch the Goonies today, and it ain't on nothing, right?
It's on
So
something.
it's a possibility that it's not. Come on now, everything isn't available on streaming. We
Everything is
learned
on
that already.
something.
We just bought Embalmer because you can't find it anywhere.
Okay, but that's a movie that literally don't exist on nothing. It
Okay,
doesn't
well, what
even
I'm
have
saying is
like
it's a
a legitimate
possibility
DVD
for
release. You know what I'm
something to
saying?
not be on something. That's all I'm saying. We've run into that before, babe. Or something that we don't have,
And what do
don't
we end up doing
subscribe
though?
to, or don't want to pay for. Okay, it don't matter. Go ahead.
What
You
we
gonna
do?
see what you
What do
gonna
we do
say, and I'm
though?
gonna say what I say.
It's called Amazon Rental, and then what we
And I don't
do?
want to do that all the
We
time.
rent that Joker. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well,
That's what I'm saying. That's what we do though. We go on Amazon. We rent that motherfucker.
no, that's very rare. We don't do that all the time.
Right.
But
But
that $3 add up. You could have bought the daggone Blu-ray and you watched it 10 times by the time you end up paying all those rental fees.
true. But when did we do that? When did we watch a movie like? Oh, I really want to
Okay.
watch the
Can we
Goonies.
go ahead on
I'm,
into
I'm, I'm,
this
I'm, I'm
news?
gonna watch it 10 times
Okay.
in the next 2
Okay.
weeks.
Let's move
You know
on.
what I
Let's
mean?
move
That ain't
on.
happening.
Okay.
Uh, but it like I said, like, but I'm glad that you're able to not give a fuck about the 4K. I wish I could be like you. I just
Yeah.
can't do it though.
You
I
can't.
can't.
You just
I
gotta
need it to
move fast.
be. I need it to look good. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I like for it to have that nice quality to it and all that detail.
All right. Okay.
Um, but like I said, for my collection, I'm just gonna wait until like we like financially set, and then I'm just be buying all my shit. Yep, I'm buying every 4K Blu-ray that's available, unless there isn't a 4K copy. Like, so there's a plenty of movies that don't have 4Ks. They just got a Blu-ray. Then I'll just get the Blu-ray because the 4K don't even exist. You know what I mean? That's a little bit different though.
Yeah.
Uh, Michael said soon is going to be like comparing old video games to the ones today. And
Yep.
actually, that's a great example because a lot of times they remaster those and they up the resolution, and it's kind of dope because you almost experience it in more detail. You're like, damn, I'm able to appreciate this even more because I'm noticing details that I couldn't even notice before because the resolution was so low. You know what I'm saying? Kind of cool there. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into news, y'all.
Okay.
That was fun though to talk about some of that stuff off the top. But let's talk. The first piece of news that we're going to get into is all about a film franchise, a little film franchise called Orphan, y'all. So, hold up, I accidentally cleared off the little presentation joint I was going to do on here. Oh, there we go. Now I got it back. But Orphan 3, I didn't even know they were making a third one. I didn't know the second one did that good.
You
But
forgot because we covered
what
it.
that it was hitting like that? I remember the movie. I didn't know. I just didn't realize it was hitting to that degree.
No, I'm saying we covered when they announced that they were going to make this eventually.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Maybe like last year sometime.
Oh yeah, I definitely forgot.
Just forgot. That's all.
Yeah, I definitely forgot. But this is not the franchise for me because I didn't even watch the prequel yet. But anyway, Orphan 3 has begun filming. We barely know anything, but what we do know is that Isabel Furum is reprising her role as what is the girl's name?
I forgot now.
The
You didn't ask
killer
me,
orphan.
I would have told you.
Yeah, the killer orphan girl. She's returning
What
as
is her name?
that character.
I forgot.
It's going to be directed by William Brent Bell. Did he do both films or just the prequel?
No, he just did the first film.
He did the first film. Okay.
Yeah.
So William Brent Bell did the first film and coming back to do the third film, and it's being written by David. I'm not ever sure how to pronounce his name, but David Cogshell.
That's right.
Esther.
Nikki. Her name was Esther. That's right.
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate that, Nikki. Esther is the character's name. But David Cogshell, who did The Deliverance, is writing this film. And look, David getting a lot of work because we just mentioned him in another
he's doing the Mummy
movie.
sequel.
That's right, The Mummy. I'm like, damn, David, man,
Yeah.
they hiring the hell out of David to write these scripts.
I'm like, what? What did they see in The Deliverance that they was like, oh, we gotta get this man back right now to make 2 movies. Give him this, give him this, give him this. I don't know why. I'm confused.
The Deliverance, I think, is a good example of a movie that did not work for us, but seemed to work for a lot of people.
Well, that's true. That's true.
People
That's
love it for some reason. I don't really understand why, but people do love that movie.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, but the only other quasi detail that we have for this movie is that um, I'm assuming this was in an interview, but Firm describes the upcoming film as both a prequel and a sequel, and so a lot of people thought that might mean that the events of the film could take place before the first one, obviously with how that film concludes, but
Yes.
after the second film. So there's somewhere in between, but we're getting a fresh story of the adventures of Esther. Now, the Orphan franchise has grossed a combined $125 million worldwide to date, so it's definitely made some money. And I'm sure these movies do not cost a lot to make. So I'm sure that's how they feel about it. Like, this is it's easy money essentially with the Orphan franchise. But what do you
Right.
think? What do you think about this news in total, Bear?
I mean, I enjoyed the first movie, but like you said, I haven't seen First Kill. I think if I'm not mistaken, did that one go to theaters? I thought that
No,
one went straight to streaming,
I got
but
straight to streaming. I feel like.
I thought it was. But can we talk about the fact that she reprising this role twice? And the first movie came out in 2009. And I'm
Damn.
just trying to figure out, like, how does that work?
I don't know.
But they making her to look young again. Cause I mean, she has to be, I know y'all know she was an older person, but she still has to look younger again, even more years after the second movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah. No.
mean, maybe they're gonna use AI.
They could. I mean, right now the industry is loving AI. They're using that shit for everything.
Yeah.
Uh, Even the Coca-Cola holiday commercial is now full AI. Uh, so it wouldn't surprise me if they do AI because the industry loves to use it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hey, at least she's getting she got a consistent check with these Orphan movies. They're gonna always call her back.
That's true. That's true. Um, but yeah, I mean, I will need to watch the second movie. I know I really liked the first one, but because it was a twist, like it was a crazy ass
It was
twist.
a surprising twist.
I was like,
Yeah,
dang, I would have never known.
would
That
have never known.
was really
Uh,
good. But now I didn't watch the second one, so but it's cool that I mean they're continuing. I guess I don't know.
yeah, I mean, obviously there's fans of the franchise. It looks like King Nikki in the chat
Nikki,
is
she
a
hype.
big fan of the Orphan franchise. She also mentioned that they both went to
Okay, they
theaters, the
did both
first
go to
two
theaters.
movies.
Okay, okay. I couldn't
Uh,
recall.
Michael in the chat said that
Mm.
the Deliverance was so entertaining, scary. No,
I feel like Andrew Day's performance was good, but the writing was just despicable. I couldn't stand it. And I
I
was just
just
so surprised that dang now I feel like I'm forgetting everybody's name. What's the man's name who directed it? Gosh,
I'm gonna have to look it up because
I
I can't
can't
remember
think
who
of his
directed
name
it.
now.
I just deleted that movie from my mind. Really,
Um
Lee Daniels.
Lee Daniels. I'm so surprised that he would have directed this movie and was proud to say, "Hey, I directed this." You know what I'm saying? Like, why? I'm just, ugh. I have so many thoughts about that movie.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't for me though.
No,
I was so surprised by how people
yeah,
was feeling that movie. It did not work for me. Um,
yeah.
Now, speaking of how the Deliverance didn't work for us, let's talk about another movie that everyone's really big on that didn't work for us, and that's Weapons.
No,
Now, specifically though, we're going to talk about Zach Cregger's next project because we're starting to feel like Cregger for Christy and I is just someone whose films don't really always work for us. But he's got a new film coming out, of course, and that's Resident Evil. Dude's making a Resident Evil movie, and a lot of people are very excited about that, especially because they were really big on Barbarian and weapons. So they're excited to see what Cregger can do with Resident Evil. Now we got kind of a first look at his film because there's some set photos that came out, and based off the set photos, people are kind of able to decipher a couple of different things. That for one, the movie will take place in Raccoon City, which means that is definitely set prior to October 1998, because in the game universe, at the end of Resident Evil 3, Raccoon City gets nuked. So that's like, well, it's got to take place in timeline wise before, um, before Resident Evil 3. And then in general, with Zach Cregger's plans for the film, he's already mentioned that it's going to take place within the video game world. That's why people are predicting its timeline based off the games. It just won't include any stories specifically from the game. So we won't see any of the characters. We won't see Leon or anybody like that. They will not be in the movie, but it's going to take place within the game world. And a lot of people are pretty excited about it. But I'm gonna put these images up on the screen, Bay, and then let us know what were your thoughts when you looked at the images and just your overall feelings towards Zach Cregger's Resident Evil.
Well, I mean, if Zach Cregger's is on it, I mean, I'm just not gonna expect to enjoy it. But I mean, for Resident Evil, he doesn't have to like do a whole lot of in-depth thinking for this, right? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's a pretty straightforward type of story to tell. So unless he try to be extra with it, so I think that's what hangs up Zach Cregger's, right? Like his movies, like he tries to present them to you in one certain way, and then try to like do a 180 and be like, "What? This isn't the story. This is the story, or this is how it's going." And I think for me, that's where he trips up. So maybe for a Resident Evil type of story where it's just this, maybe he'll do better with the presentation. But as long as, I don't know, he trying to be humorous too. It doesn't always balance well. I don't know. Yeah, I'm with King Nikki. He just gonna probably try to be extra with it. I agree. I'm trying to have some hope that the other people have.
Yeah.
But I don't have it, honestly, because I didn't
Yeah.
like it. I haven't liked any of his movies. I know, babe, you liked Barbarian, right?
I like the first half of
Oh, okay.
Barbarian.
Well, my bad.
Yeah, I like the first half of it. And I think that first half is actually one of the, I'm not gonna say the best, but in my eyes, like it's extremely well done horror movie. The first half of Barbarian, but then it shifts, and that's where it
See,
kind of
that's what he
loses me.
does. He did the same thing with Weapons, right?
Yeah.
Like he presents this mysterious story, and then once he peels back the layers of it, because even he's talked like, "Oh, I don't know what these things mean." You know who he sound like? He sound like Stephen King, because I recently saw a report about Stephen King, because a lot of people are wondering why people have these different interpretations of the Welcome to Derry, right? Based on the books and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know what he said? He don't even remember half the stuff he wrote because he was on
He was high on
crack,
that coke,
on
boy.
cocaine, right? Yeah. So like, I feel like sometimes when you listen to Zach Cregger talk about his films, he sounds like that. You
He's
know what I'm
on
saying? Like, oh,
drugs. He's like,
I don't
yeah,
really know. I don't know what that meant. I just put it there.
I,
What?
I do feel like he low key had to be on drugs to some degree when he was writing Barbarian. Cause I'm trying to imagine him writing the forced breastfeeding scene. Like that just sounds like some shit you had to write while you was high on something. Like imagine this woman, you know what I'm saying, decrepit, has
Yeah.
never seen the sun, and she want a baby, and she's gonna force this grown man to try to breastfeed, and she got this
Yeah.
nasty looking milk titty. Like
Baby.
like that's just some crazy shit. But yeah, no, that movie didn't work on the back half.
No.
But yeah, I'm not
Like
that. I'm excited that a Resident Evil movie is coming, but I'm definitely not excited that Zach Cregger is the one that's doing it, and it's for a lot of the same reasons that you said. Him being extra, and then him making things so goofy for some reason. And Michael
oh
in the
yeah.
chat
I
actually
might get
said,
into that,
"Yeah,
yeah.
I do not want a goofy ass Resident Evil movie," and I agree. I don't want that either. Like that's mainly my issue with his movies is they become super goofy, and so like it's hard for me to really get into it because there'll be
Yeah.
this random goofy shit that happens, like in Weapons when she comes outside that time when she's sleeping in the car, she did that weird like crab walk shit, like like for me, it ruined the whole scene because it wasn't even. It felt like it was meant to be creepy, but then once he
Yeah.
started acting all stupid, like it just took me out. I was like, okay, it's not even a fun scene to watch no more because it
Yeah.
just looks stupid.
Well, what I will say about Weapons is the guy, the actor, I can't think of his name, something Abrams or something like that, that plays
Is it
the
Jesse
druggie.
Abrams?
That might be what it is. He was really good, and he's going to be the lead in this film.
Yeah,
So, I mean, that will be a good part of it, I'm sure.
yeah, I'm sure it would. I'm sure it would be too. Now, Key and Nikki mentioned this in the comments too. Did you guys hear Zach Cregger's movie The Flood stalled in production at Netflix? And I think it was over Netflix not wanting the movie to go to theaters or something like that. I feel like I read for that one. I might be a little bit wrong on what I remember reading, but I think that situation was something to do with like not doing a theater release or something like that. And maybe Netflix feels like maybe it's not worthy of a theater release because they put fucking Frankenstein and some other shit in theaters. So I don't know about that one, but I guess my thing is if you're gonna work with the streaming service, like you're working with a streaming service. I guess my mind, I'm thinking, why would you even expect your movie to go to theaters if that's what the
Mhm.
actual issue is about? I can't really remember, but I feel like
Mhm.
that's what I read. Yeah, Key Nikki said, yes, you're correct. Yeah, but I'm just in my head, I'm like, you're working with the streaming service. Like
Mhm.
your first immediate thought should be, well, this is intended for streaming.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
if you
this is
want to,
why, because there's a lot of talk about, is it Warner Brothers being sold? Is it Warner Brothers?
yeah,
Yes. And Netflix was one of the, you know, hats who have their hat in the ring type of thing. And, that's one of the reasons why people don't want Netflix to buy Warner Brothers, because
right,
then they're just going to put everything, all
on
their
streaming.
projects on streaming. They won't
Yep.
barely put anything in the theater. But yeah, I'm not sure how, he would go in expecting that. You might go in, well, maybe the possibility is there because, like you said, you just mentioned Frankenstein going
Right.
to theaters, but not being upset about the fact that, oh, well, we're not going to do that because that's what they are. They're a streaming
Yeah,
service.
it's like we are a streaming service. Like we have a platform, and if we think your film is that good that we need to put it in theaters so that it can be nominated for shit, then we'll do it. Otherwise, it's gonna be on streaming.
Mhm.
Perp Mind in the chat said, uh, Frankenstein needed a wide release, incredible
Yes, they
film.
did
Yeah,
need a wide release.
yeah, that
That's
film was
great.
amazing. I agree with that 100%. King Nicky in the chat said, so many filmmakers have had issues with Netflix not doing theatrical release at this point. You're an idiot to sign on with Netflix if you don't want your movie straight to streaming. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
I agree with that because like that's what Netflix is at the end of the day. They are not a traditional movie studio that
Mhm.
focuses on theatrical releases, so you shouldn't expect it. You should know, okay, if I'm signing on with Netflix, this shit going on streaming. It is what it is. But yeah, Zach Cregger's Resident Evil got a little bit of set photos. I'm sure people are really excited about that. If you're a big fan of Cregger's, I'll remain hopeful just because I like the Resident Evil property. I like the games, and low key for me, I think the Mia Jovovich movies are fun. Like I think they're fun movies. And I don't think they're good, but at least they're a little fun. Uh, but let us know in the comments how you're feeling about Zach Cregger's Resident Evil. Now let's move on to our next story, which is all about horror legend, y'all. We're of course talking about Robert Englund and him getting his star, y'all. So let me go ahead and pull up the story here up on the screen. But yeah, so Hollywood, horror legend Robert Englund accepts Hollywood Walk of Fame star while wearing iconic Freddy Krueger glove. That's a super dope image, I thought, with him with the glove and his star on the screen. He received it on Friday, October 31st, which I thought was just like super fitting.
Yeah.
For one of his most iconic roles that he's known for. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, he received it. He's currently 78, and he's been in over 100 films. He got 100 film credits to his name. So definitely a legend when it comes to the industry and to filmmaking, and of course bringing us one of the most iconic horror characters. Babe, what do you think when you saw the story of Robert Englund finally getting his star?
Well, when I saw the photo, my first thought was about a documentary I saw a long time ago. I think he and Tony Todd were on there, and they were both talking about being typecast and being connected to these same characters. You know, him
Mhm.
to Nightmare on Elm Street and Tony Todd the Candyman, and how he was saying, "I don't want to be known for this," and then for him to be up here and getting his star with that glove on his hand, I just thought about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure at some point he was like, "Well, I got to lean into this." They were
Yeah.
really young when they were talking about this. Um, at some point, I have to lean into that. So I guess he had that moment. I guess he said, "Well, this is what got me here, so I gotta
Yeah.
accept that."
I think what you realize as you age is how much like the character that you portrayed means to people, and
Mm,
how much it's impacted people's lives, how much they love that character. And I think as you get older and you realize that, I'm sure you kind of embrace like, oh shit, like, you know, I my character is beloved, and my portrayal of that character is beloved, like, and it means so much to people that you kind of embrace that
mhm,
that's what put you on the map. And I'm sure in my mind, I'm thinking that would be just a cool experience. I'm sure if I was known for a character, I'd be low-key kind of hyped, like, um, to always be known for that character and people always be a fan of that character. I think that's just kind of cool. Um, but I don't know.
I think it would depend, and I think when they were talking about this, um, it was kinda like, they wanna do better things, better roles, bigger roles,
Yeah. Okay.
but they're never gonna be remembered for those things. They're only gonna be remembered for these. So I think it's kinda like a bittersweet type thing. Yes, I'm
Hmm.
beloved in this particular community, but no one else knows me for anything else other than this, you know
Other
what I'm
than
saying?
this,
Yeah.
like they'll never be bigger than what this
Yeah.
is.
Right,
No matter
exactly.
what role they get, there's always be like, oh yeah, that's Freddy Krueger. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I do understand. I do understand that. Uh, but I don't know. Like it is a dope ass character. You know what I'm saying? And it's an unforgettable character. You know what I mean? Everybody knows who Freddy Krueger is. But I
Mhm.
do get it. Like you get locked into that, to that lane, or even to that genre. Like
Mm.
now it's hard to do
Yeah. I
other
think
things
that's also
outside
a
the
big part of
genre.
it too. Mhm.
Yeah, because it's like,
Especially when we see how other or how people view the horror genre, and now, they can't escape that.
right, right, true, yeah,
But yeah, that's a good point too.
yeah. Keenan in the chat mentioned Alfonso Roberto hates his Carlton character, always being known for
Yeah.
Carlton and nothing
That's the
else.
yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Yep.
That's very true too.
Michael in the chat says, "I wonder if that's why some actors don't mention the horror movies they did in the beginning of their careers." I think that's possible. Yeah, because they don't want to be locked in to those roles. But a lot of big stars did a lot of those early horror movies, especially in the 80s and 90s.
Mhm.
Did those horror movies. Uh, Keenan in chat thinks that it's because they're ashamed of those roles. I guess
It
that's
could be.
possible too.
It
Yeah, I guess
could.
that's possible
Yeah.
too, depending on what they were doing in those roles. Could be,
True.
especially because horror hasn't always been taken seriously
Yeah.
over the course of time. I think it's not until these kind of modern days that it's even starting to be more
Just
recognized.
starting.
Yeah, because now it's
Crazy.
starting to get actual Oscar nominations, Golden Globe nominations, and stuff. So I think it's people starting to realize that there is potential to have.
But I still feel while we're talking about that, you still have to
Yeah,
do a certain type of horror movie still then,
true. You do.
It can't be it has to be, a certain style, certain
Yeah,
topic for it to even be looked at, be like, "Oh, well, that is pretty good. That's a horror movie," Or they'll
yeah,
be like, "Oh, well, that's not even horror." Even,
true. That we saw that this year. Yeah,
Yeah.
ain't no horror movie. Uh,
Mhm.
but yeah, yeah. But shout out to Robert Englund though. Robert Englund though getting his star finally. I thought that was just super dope. And obviously
Mhm.
at this point in his age, he seems to. to be just having fun, uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
with the Freddy Krueger character. But jumping to the next story, let us know your thoughts on Robert Englund finally getting his star in the comments. But let's move on to another classic um, horror film, and this is more like the family fun type of horror film. Um, Let me find my actual tab here. It's getting mixed up all the time for some reason. But we got Gremlins 3 in the works, y'all. So give me 1 second to pull this up on the screen. So we got Gremlins 3 finally in the works. The sequel is happening, and it's actually going to be written and directed by Chris Columbus, who did the original Gremlins films. It's currently set to release November 2027. But let me read y'all the breakdown for the story. Chris Columbus, who wrote and directed so many beloved classics, including the first film, is set to direct, and Bloodline directors Lipovsky and Stein are set to write the script. Chris told The Hollywood Reporter, "I'm filled with a tremendous surge of inspiration and passion as I embarked on the cinematic journey. It's an honor to reunite with Steven Spielberg and Warner Brothers as we bring this latest chapter of Gremlins to a brand new generation of moviegoers who will experience all the thrills of this grand adventure on the big screen." Now, I think it's super dope for them to get the Bloodlines writers. I think they did great on kind of reinvigorating that franchise. So I definitely think they have the potential to help here with Gremlins. But babe, what do you think when you heard about one, Gremlins 3 officially being in the works, and two, the people that will be working on it?
Well, I'm not gonna say no to more Gizmo. Hopefully get Gizmo.
I'm sure.
I don't know. I'm kind of like on the fence. Like obviously I love this franchise. I love the stories. I really like the characters, but I don't know. I'm one of those people who I feel like why do we got to keep going back?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of mixed on it. I mean, I feel like there's so much now you can do with the story though, right? Like well, hopefully we could hope that they would keep most of it practical, but I know with technology advances, it can make it can be an even better film now. But
Right.
yeah, I don't know. I'm mixed right now, and I'll see how I feel about it once I actually see a trailer. I think that's probably gonna be what gets me or loses me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure they'll keep Gizmo for the cute factor and the iconicness of the
Yeah.
characters. I can't imagine they wouldn't bring that character back. But I think it's always cool when the original creators of stuff come back on to a
Yeah.
project.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that definitely helps capture the feeling of the
Mm.
original projects. Now, I don't know what Chris Columbus has done lately. I didn't have a chance to look that
Well,
up.
that's what I was gonna say too. I don't know what he's
Yeah.
done lately either. I mean, I know he's done a whole bunch of stuff before, but I
It's
don't,
like, has he been out the game for a long time? You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of wonder, like, if you've been out the game for a hot minute, um, you know, how would that impact?
It's probably like riding a bike.
Is it?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
what it's like? So yeah, that would be my big question is what has he worked on recently? I was trying to get it pulled up here to see if I could see it. Well, what he
Michael in
worked
the
on.
chat said they're gonna have to make Gizmo evil for a bit to switch it up. Oh no, they can't do that.
Nah, yeah, they can't do that. People be man, you know how mad people would be if that happened, boy, they'd be hot.
I don't know. They might like it.
No, you know how people will be like, oh, that's not how Gizmo is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh well, yeah.
You're not supposed to be evil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, all them evil ones have a certain look to them too. But they could
They
do that. They could mutate them, have them all jacked up, or maybe Gizmo got some babies or something like that. I don't know. But I think this has potential to be a lot of fun. But it'll come out on November 19th, 2027. Let's see what else we got in the chat. King Nikki in the chat when they're all doing the sequel to your Halloween short film.
It would just be the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it'll be the same thing over and over again. But yeah, I think this will be a lot of fun. And hey, shout out to the people uh, who did the Bloodlines script, getting more work, because hey, Bloodlines was dope.
Now, did they only do? I didn't know they wrote and directed this. Did the Bloodlines?
Let me. I don't know. I can check. What was your question? What was your question? What did it exactly?
Because I know that they directed it, but I don't know if they wrote and directed it. Bloodlines.
Oh, well, let me see if they got the writing credit on there. I'm trying to pull it up now. That's just my. Oh, you're actually right. It looks like they don't. At least looking at the IMDb, I don't see their writing credit on here.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Okay, no, it's interesting. Yeah, no, it's not. They don't have a writing credit on here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious what they have written before then.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Yeah, I'm looking on their IMDb right now. I don't recognize anything they've written. Like
Okay.
these that they have actual writing credits on. I don't recognize anything. But either way, Bloodlines is fire. So maybe they can tap into something. They get some help writing it. They'll figure it out. I'm sure Warner Brothers won't allow this
Oh
film
yeah, no,
to be bad. So
no.
I think they'll work it out. But let us
Mm-hmm.
know. Let us know in the comments, y'all, how you feeling about the announcement of Gremlins 3 and all who are attached to work on the movie. All right, keep staying on topic though with Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein. We got more news that is regarding these filmmakers, and that's that they are directing a new film, collaborating with Amblin and Universal. So let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about this new project that they got. So the project that's being titled Long Lost currently is set up at Universal with Amblin Entertainment producing. It's based on the short story by Colin Bannon, who also penned the script. Sources have described the film as What Lies Beneath meets Rosemary's Baby, with the short story involving a woman whose husband's long-lost wife suddenly returns. Universal landed the project in a bidding war in 2024 with producers including Steven Spielberg, and that's all the details that we have. Now, Bay, what do you think about the concept of this? One, with whatever is going on with this ghost story with this long lost wife suddenly returning, and the fact they're saying it's What Lies Beneath meets Rosemary Baby sounds interesting. What do you think about that?
Right. That definitely intrigues me. I mean, I really like What Lies Beneath. I watched that movie so many times as a young person, too young to
Mm-hmm.
probably be watching it. Um so I'm intrigued because the concept of that was the wife was dead and then Rosemary's baby or the woman was dead that he
Yeah,
was cheating on her with. Um And with Rosemary Baker, that's also like a supernatural thing too. So, but they make it seem like she's not dead when they say long lost wife. So
right.
I'm confused a little bit, but still very much intrigued. But like you mentioned earlier about the filmmakers behind Bloodlines, I mean, that was a dope movie. They made a lot of money. Obviously, that's
Mm-hmm.
why they're getting these for these various projects because of that. Um, so I don't know. I'm intrigued. Sign me up.
Yeah, I'm actually intrigued too, because I'm wondering, like, when you add in the Rosemary's Baby piece, like, is she showing up with a baby all of a sudden, or like, how does the
I'm more
Rosemary,
so was thinking more it has something to do with like I don't
like
know. I mean,
like
I'm
a
thinking
cult
the
thing?
different aspects, right? Like a cult
Because you say
type of
Rosemary's
thing,
Baby, like
possession
the
or
baby
something like
piece.
that.
The baby piece is, I feel like, an important piece. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so. I was more so thinking about the woman since they talked about what lies beneath. But I don't know. I guess we gonna find out.
Yeah, like the woman being involved with something, and I don't know. I don't know what that combination is going to be like, but it'll definitely be interesting. And it almost makes you feel like I wonder if they'll take a turn where the husband was involved with something. that seems like that's going to be the case when you have those two. There's also the linkage of the husband piece as well. Maybe the husband being involved with the fact that she was long lost and she coming back. It'd be kind of funny for him to like be like, the fuck, you're not supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying?
What?
You know what I mean? Like she long lost and she popping up. You know, they could do a twist where it's like that. You know,
Mm.
I threw your ass out in the back. What you
I
doing
think
here?
you're on a whole nother plane now.
Maybe I am. By the way, I think it does sound interesting. And like you said, the Bloodlines people, I'm cool with them doing more work.
Yeah.
And so and Amblin working on this, and I'm sure from what I understand, these two gentlemen, they um, they like won like a competition show with Steven Spielberg. They did something.
Something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
because so I imagine that they got Steven Spielberg on call. So I can't imagine that he's not going to offer some support with the making of this film, with Amblin being on it. So I'm sure this film might have potential to come out really good. We'll wait and see. Let us know what you're thinking about this film in the comments, y'all. All right, jumping to our next story, we got another new film project that was announced. Let me get that pulled up on the screen for y'all. And this one right here stars Toni Collette and Millie Alcock, and they're starring in a new survival thriller, y'all. So this this film is titled Hot Mother and is being directed by debut director Lucy Knox. Lucy has a short film of the same name that premiered at the Berlin International Film Festival in 2020. The synopsis for Hot Mother reads: a mother and daughter visit a remote wellness spa for the weekend in an attempt to reconnect, but their time together quickly turns into a physical and psychological fight for survival when they get trapped in a sauna where no one can hear their cries for help. As being produced by the same producers behind Honora and Run Rabbit Run. So this sounds interesting, babe. What do you think about this new project starring these two ladies?
Well, my initial thought is this does sound like a really good short film.
It
Trying to
does.
figure out how it's going to translate into a feature length film. Because they're stuck in a sauna. They're just going to be stuck in this sauna. I mean, the sauna's not that big. I mean, obviously, it's probably going to. I'm assuming it'll be broken. Maybe it'll get hotter. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. It sounds, yeah, like Nikki said, it sounds interesting. I'm just wondering how it's going to translate.
Because it's hard to do a story where your characters are locked in the same
Location.
location for a full feature length runtime.
Is the sauna in a building? Is it outside? I'm I'm just trying to figure it out. But I mean, I'm gonna watch it. It's got Toni Collette in it. I mean, we know she's
She's a
amazing.
beast. Yeah, she's an
I
incredible
also like
actress.
Millie. I think she's a really good actress. I love House of the Dragon, and I think she's probably one of the best actresses on the show. I hate that she's just in it for a little bit, but I get it. She's a child, but I think it'll be a good duo, the two of them, playing
Yeah,
that mother-daughter dynamic. Um, but yeah, I mean, well, you know what? I just thought about another film that I really like that is that scenario, and I think it's Frozen, where the people are just trapped in the
on
ski lift.
yep.
But I
That
mean,
was a good
obviously
one.
they have other like there's animals and stuff outside. So I just wonder what other things they'll have to like come up against during the movie. That's why I wondered if the sauna is like an outdoor type thing, since it said it was like a retreat, or if it's like inside of a building. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah.
and then we have I think about there was that movie with I think it was Ryan Reynolds. I think the buried one where he's buried in a coffin.
Mm-hmm.
There was that one too. So he's like, stuck and contained in a coffin. So I mean, like, I think you can definitely pull off being trapped in one
Mm-hmm.
location, but it's just not going to be super easy to do.
Yeah.
But I saw Nikki in the chat said, she loves a trapped fighting for your life type movie. I agree. But you know, what's the elements that are keeping it um, keeping it interesting. Because I think about like movies like Panic Room, but they can leave that room, and so there's a lot of suspense and like, oh, they gotta try to get something and get back to the panic room and shit like that. But that was a good movie from back in the day. And she also mentioned that there's already a horror movie where four friends are trapped in a sauna, which I'm like, I've never even heard of that. It sounds interesting. What's the name of that movie, Nikki? We got Swift 718 in the chat who said, "Happy Sunday, family," and they also got a membership. Yo, shout out to Swift
Thank you,
718 for
Swift.
becoming a YouTube member. We appreciate that support. Thank you. That's super dope. Yeah, thank you so much for showing love like that and becoming a member. Shout out to Swift 718. King Nikki in the chat mentioned that she loves Frozen Bay because you mentioned.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Frozen. But yeah, so we'll see with this film. Obviously, the people on it, I think, the performers at least, because the other thing too with the trapped in one location type of movies, you got to have good performers. So I think with these two actresses,
definitely good ones.
They can carry the movie. There's no doubt
Yeah.
about it from a performer level.
Also, shout out to this director who premiered their film at a film festival, short film, and now it's been made into a feature film. I've always liked the stories. Those are all good stories.
Yeah.
And King Nikki said it's called 247 Degrees, and the movie sucks.
Hey, he kept it real. Like, sometimes it doesn't always work out, but apparently they're not the only ones who thought of that concept. So,
yeah,
there's that. But yeah, I think this is though what you said is important though. It's very inspiring for people. Like, you create a short, and then having it be turned to a feature. That's a big deal.
Shout out to King Nikki. She has a short film on her channel called Apples. Go check it out if you haven't already.
Absolutely. Definitely go check out Nikki's short if you haven't seen it. Because we did a review of that as well on our channel. Super dope, little short film. And it's that's a good question for Nikki too when it comes to short films, right? And this is something I've heard about, and something that Chrissy and I will try to put in practice in the future too, is having like a feature length script ready for your short film. So I kind of wonder if for her short she already had a feature length script ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Like they saw it and was like, oh, this is dope. We want to make this a movie. I wonder if she already had a feature length script ready to go. And Nikki, I don't know if you got plans to do something larger with your short film, but let us know. But that's it for that story, y'all. Let us know your thoughts in the comments on this new film being titled Hot Mother, coming with Toni Collette and Millie Alcock starring. All right, moving on to our next story. This is our final story for this Sunday, y'all. And this is about a film that I got the chance to see at Fantastic Fest. This is about the film Dolly. So I did get the chance to watch this during Fantastic Fest. Thankfully, it was one of the few films that was doing, the remote aspect of the festival. Not a lot were doing it, but some. This is one of the ones that did. Because, babe, you didn't get a chance to watch this one, right?
No, I didn't. People were hyped for this one. So it was one of those situations where I didn't preemptively think to get a ticket for this one. And when the time came, I couldn't get one. But like you said, they did have it in the remote access library. So that was dope.
Yeah. Well, apparently for Dolly, it was acquired by Shudder and IFC for a 2026 release. Now, Dolly was a movie shot on 16 millimeter film. The story centers on Macy, a young woman fighting for survival after being taken by a deranged, monstrous figure intent on raising her as his child. It's directed by Rod Blackhurst. And like I mentioned, I did watch this during the Fantastic Fest remote festival, and I thought it was super dope. We got a review up on our website. We got a written review as well as like IG and TikTok review. But this film is dope. It's got like a throwback vibe to that's the 70s style horror with it being shot on film and just having this deranged killer. There's a lot of fucked up shit in the movie with crazy nasty body horror type sequences. Um, but it does have that folk tale feel to it. With this, especially with how it's shot and this kind of almost handheld feel. It's very raw and just kind of gritty. So it's got this old school folk tale feel to it. But Dolly is ruthless, man. Like I loved how ruthless this killer was in this film, and it is really working on all cylinders. I was really high on this film. It looks like a lot of other people were too. Looks like as more people were watching this and kind of word of mouth got out, it seems like more people were picking up the tickets for this film at the
Mhm.
festival, actually in Austin. But yeah, I'm excited for them. I think it's dope they got picked up. I think this is definitely going to be a big hit. I think um, they've already announced that they got a Dolly 2 that they have in the works. They already got the script, I think, for it. So super excited for that team because Dolly is, I think, a super dope film that I think will end up becoming kind of like one of those like cult classic characters, just by the nature of how that film is. So when it does hit in 2026, I'm telling y'all that shit hits. Definitely check it out when it is released. And I don't think in the article it mentions if it'll be theatrical or just be a streaming premiere. I am curious of what they intend to do with that.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I would love to see it on the big screen though. I think that would be super dope seeing a film like this on the
Maybe
big
they'll do
screen.
like a short stint like they've done with like stop motion and stuff like that.
Hell
Like
House,
like a 3 house,
Lineage.
like a 3-day type
Yeah,
thing. I think they've done that before.
yeah, and I'll be there too. I will 100% be there. To see this film again in theaters, I think will be super dope. But shout out to them getting acquired uh, by Shudder to release that dope ass film. Well, that was the final news story that we had, y'all. So now we just got some kind of back end updates and stuff that's coming out for you. We wanted to mention that Barnes and Noble is having a 50% off Criterion sale currently. So good chance to pick up some classic physical media. I'm gonna pull that up on the screen here just so you can see.
Do they got 4K Blu-rays?
They do. They sure do. Got 50% off Criterion 4K UHD, baby. Let's go. It's right there. Uh, but nah, like you can see on the screen right now, they got the 50% off Criterion 4K collection. Some dope ass films in the 4K stuff. Right at the front, you see Eyes Wide Shut. Got Kubrick up there, Nightmare Alley. I mean, even The Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying? I know people love that movie. You love The Breakfast Club, man.
No, it was okay.
It got Flow. Flow was super dope. Animated film. But yeah, whole Criterion collection right now, 50% off. Is your chance to pick up some dope films. You see, also look up here, man. 4K UHD, Altered States 4K
Yeah, I saw
UHD.
that
50% off.
already. I do would
That
like
might be a
I would like
cop.
to get that. I
That
would like
might
to
be a cop right there,
get
y'all.
it.
Chrissy
I
and I
also saw
recently
Malcolm
put
X
on
was
that.
on there. I want that too.
Ooh, yeah, that's a cop too.
Yeah.
Um, Alter States is one that Christy and I just got put on to. Shout out to Christy, really, because she's the one that randomly clicked on it and was like, she watched it first and was like, "Oh, I think you need to watch this. I think you'll like this." And I was like, "Well,
Yeah,
this
that
movie's
was good.
fire." Uh, but yeah, it's good opportunity. I don't know how long the sale's going on. Do you know how long the sale's running for?
I think it's till December 7th, but that's just until that doesn't mean they'll still be available. So if there's something up there you want, you better get it.
Yeah, especially with
They
50%
sell
off.
out.
Yeah, that shit gonna go quick. And as you can see down here on the screen, even box sets and collector sets are 50% off. So right here they have a Wes Anderson 10 film archive, normally 500, 250. I mean, so like if you've been waiting on one of these box sets, like now's the time to pick it up. It'll make for
A lot of fun.
uh, a great holiday gift too, to pick up one of these box sets. They got the Godzilla Showa era film collection from the 54 to 75 era films. It's 50% off everything. I mean, all the classic Hollywood stuff. And I like how they have this all broken down by category. So they have like a women filmmakers category, black stories on film category. Like you said, Malcolm X right there. Again, this is all
No.
50% off. Like got the Wiz 4K, like 50% off. That's crazy. Um, so yeah, baby, I think you and I will definitely have to come back up here and see what we can grab. Um, because now be the chance. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like I said, a lot of it is that 4K Blu-ray stuff. Yeah. And I know you laughing, but hey, look, man, they
Yes,
wouldn't.
because it's ridiculous.
Look, they wouldn't make the 4K Blu-ray
Oh
if
my
if
gosh.
it if it wasn't about honoring those films and allowing those films to shine even brighter. Because now we're able to get the full detail of the
Okay,
film.
babe.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. We heard you. We all
Yeah.
heard you.
You're getting the full data from that strip of film, especially if they shot on those big ass formats. You're getting the full data from those strips, and it's super dope. From the VistaVisions and the
Hey.
65 millimeters and all that stuff. Super fire. But yeah, so go check out that sale. Like Christy said, a lot of shit probably gonna sell out. So we're definitely gonna go up there and go through it. Also wanted to just talk about some of the releases that were coming out for November. So let me get that pulled up on the screen too. I'm pulling that up. Was there any notable release that you want to mention that's coming out this month, Beth?
The Descent.
Oh, and
The
what kind
Descent.
of Blu-ray is that, Beth?
What? Really?
I was trying to be funny.
I know you're trying to be funny. Ha ha ha. 4K Blu-ray.
4K. Oh, what's a 4K Blu-ray? Okay, it's a 4K Blu-ray. Let's go.
Listen, I'm not against 4K Blu-rays. I'm just saying you ain't gotta only get 4K Blu-rays.
I'm saying there's a reason why they put it out though, because that shit hits. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like,
Okay. He listen, King Nicky, he act like he got one. Okay. He act like he do.
one day I will. Hey, don't get it fucked up. One day I will have a theater in my house. But nah, we do got a 4K TV, so it's like, why would you not want to take advantage of it? You know what I'm saying? It ain't the best TV, it ain't the best TV on the market, but it's still a 4K TV.
No, I will tell you though, he is one of those people who watches the YouTube videos, Nikki, that tells you about all the stuff that you can put in a theater room.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
true.
think he in the back of his mind, he logging all the stuff he
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready for my moment when I got my theater.
Yes.
But yeah, I do watch that stuff. I do watch the concept of how people set up the theaters. I do watch TV technology YouTubes about the technology and theater setups. But definitely, and damn, horror. Much love from Horror 365. Horror 365 just gifted
Thank you so
10
much.
in love with horror membership. Wow, that's crazy. That is incredible. Shout out to Horror 365 for not only becoming a member earlier, but donating or gifting 10 memberships. That's crazy dope. We greatly appreciate that kind of support. So shout out to Horror 365 coming through with the memberships for people. That is super, super dope. Thank you so much for that support. Damn, that's cool. That's hype, man. But yeah, some of the other releases that are coming out, I saw that you had noted, Bay, the Shudder 10th anniversary collections coming on November 11th. It's got a bunch of films, 10 of his signature films within that collection. It's got Terrified, the Mortuary Collection, The Dark and the Wicked, Host is up there. Cool. Mad God, VHS 94, Caveat, Skinamarink, Late Night with the Devil, and In a Violent Nature in that collection. That's pretty cool right there. And it looks like a lot of these have like the special features and stuff too, which is always a dope aspect of physical media, is the ones that include all the behind the scenes and special features and stuff like that. Of course, you already mentioned The Descent. The Descent actually has some really cool aspects to it. It's actually so far that we might have to try to pick it up ourselves, baby. But it's celebrating its 20th anniversary with the Steelbook 4K on November 11th. And it will include both the theatrical and unrated versions of Neil Marsh's 2005 British horror film. And it will be in 4K with Dolby Vision and 7.1 DTS HD master audio. What?
I'm laughing at King Nicky.
What you said?
I know you know someone at Shudder, so
Oh.
tell them to call me.
But yeah, special features are cool. A lot of audio commentary on that. About The Descent with deleted and extended scenes, interviews, all of that cool stuff. But look at that
Mhm.
steelbook too.
I know, that's
Fire.
dope.
That's tough. That's steelbook tough.
Yeah.
Uh, Creep
I
Show the
really love
complete
that movie,
series.
by the way. I just wanted to put that out there. Actually wrote an article about it, last year, I think, for Nighttime
Yeah, I
magazine.
think it was last year.
Imma put a link out there for y'all so y'all can go read it. But I really love that movie a lot.
Yeah, go read my wife's article, man. If you haven't read my wife's writing, my wife is
Really?
a talented writer. She's a
Okay.
beast when it comes to
Dial
writing.
it back.
So
Dial
no, hey,
it
look,
back a little
no, I
bit.
ain't down the back. It is that's fact. That's fact, man. My wife
Okay.
is a beast with that shit. So
You're a
yeah,
little
go
bit
check out her
biased.
Descent article. And she writes on our website as well, inloveofhorror.com. She
I
writes
do.
reviews and other articles on there as well. We have some really dope articles about Black filmmaking and stuff on there too. So definitely go check out the articles on there. Creep Show the complete series coming out. That's a cool box set. Look at that. That's like a little CRT TV with the slip cases looking like comic books for Creep Show.
That's cool.
Fire, man. That is a cool piece of physical media. Conjuring Last Rites is getting their physical release on November 25th.
Won't be copping
Um, but
it.
yeah, no, I think this might be a skip. But I will tell you, I still love this poster. That that
Yeah, the
the
poster is
front of
fire.
that steelbook. When I first saw that poster for the theatrical release, and I still love it now. Now this one might be a cop. The Long Walk physical release, November 25th, coming out.
That's a good one.
Also, check what's in the special features. Alternate ending.
Mm.
That's pretty
I didn't
cool.
know there was an alternate ending.
I didn't know that either. But some other cool special features on here is a Stephen King appreciation, a Cooper and David scene read. I think that'd be really cool to see.
That's cool.
A making of documentary. And yeah, I think that's a super dope release right there. There's a look at its steelbook right there as well. Yeah, so some dope physical releases coming out in November. Let us know in the comments if there's any of these that you will be copping this November. A lot of dope content coming out though. I love to see it. All of the horror physical media coming out. And it's cool to see physical media have such a big resurgence. Obviously we don't really buy a lot of stuff just because it's expensive, but that don't mean that we don't be appreciating the stuff that gets released. We be watching the releases, still checking it out, and still admiring the stuff that they put out. And obviously people are getting even more interested in it. We saw when the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K collection came out recently, that shit sold out instantly. And now those box sets are going for like what, $400 or $500 on eBay.
Yeah.
Um,
Crazy.
Super crazy, but it's actually really cool though. Last but not least, some upcoming releases for horror and TV. Of course, It Walking the Dairy is still running with the new episode coming out tonight. We got the Creep Tapes season 2 coming out on the 14th. Keeper is also coming out next weekend as well. That's the new Osgood Perkins film. We're not big on Oz Perkins' films. They just don't always work for us. It's always the case of the trailer looking really good, but the movie
Well, I
not
will
delivering.
say the images from the film look really creepy and look really good. So I don't know. Maybe this might be the one to be like, bring us on to the Osgood Perkins team. I don't know. It looks
I'm
really creepy.
It's possible. The trailer is fire for Keeper. I think all the trailers that they've put out for Keeper look incredible. But it's the same thing with Long Legs. When them Long Legs trailers was off the chain, and then you
True.
watch the movie and it's like, it's all right. As long as it's not a bad movie, but it's not like it didn't match the hype that it was building with its marketing. Key Nikki in the chat said she actually hadn't seen The Long Walk yet, and Horror 365, mentioned that it's a great movie, and he said, "I'm a guy that doesn't get emotional in movies, and it made me sad. It was well done." 100% agree. That's exactly how we were with The Long Walk.
I know. I was in there just toe up. toe
Yeah,
up.
yeah. It was. I was not expecting
But I'm also
the.
a water bucket, so I'm not a good guide for that. I cried about everything.
Sometimes you surprise me why we think you're supposed to cry, but you don't be
I'm
crying.
talking about Fantastic Four. There was one time I didn't cry.
No, that wasn't the only time. There was another time too.
Okay.
I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. But I was mentioning how sad a scene was, and you're just like, yeah, it's kind of sad. I'm like, what?
And I feel like that was about Fantastic Four.
That was I'm saying that's one, but
Oh,
there was
okay.
another one too though.
Oh, okay. I don't remember
I
that
feel like there
one.
was another scene that was crazy sad, and I'm like, "Oh, you didn't think it was super sad?" But man, I can't think of I can't think of what it was right
Oh,
now.
okay.
You know, that's I didn't keep up with it.
Yeah.
Um, but you do be surprised me sometimes. I'll be thinking you're gonna be real sad about something, and you just be like, "Yeah, that was sad." I'm like, I'm surprised you're not being hit harder by it. And we also got the Carpenter's Son. Is that next weekend or is that further in November? I can't even remember.
No, it's still that's all the
That's
14th.
all next weekend. Okay. Yeah, the
Mhm.
Carpenter's Son is that new religious horror film. It's got Nicolas Cage in it.
Yeah.
Um,
It's supposed to be about he's playing Joseph, right?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's about when Mary's about to have the baby, right? And they're trying to get to wherever they're trying to go. I forgot. Bethlehem. And they meet a bunch of like stuff on the way there, like that's trying to prevent them from getting there, I think. Isn't that how the
Oh,
synopsis
is
was?
that how they go? Well, the synopsis on IMDb reads it's actually a really strangely written synopsis. I actually might try to find me a different one because the one on IMDb says family hiding in Rome, Egypt. Son known as the boy doubts guardian the carpenter.
What?
Rebelling. Yeah, it's not making a lot of sense.
Okay, no. I think what I said was right.
Let me find a different one.
I I'm very interested in this for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm just intrigued by the idea of taking a biblical story and then turning into horror. Um, and then number two, Nicolas Cage is playing this biblical character. You know, I mean, I'm sad for that. Oh, see,
Um,
look, King Nick
mm,
said, "Love biblical themes in horror," which we know because of your short film,
yep.
and I love Nicolas Cage. Yep. See, so now, can we please? We didn't get a chance to talk about this, but Nicolas Cage won the Chainsaw Award for was it best performance
It might
or
have been best
best?
performance.
No, it wasn't best performance. It was like I can't even remember what it was. Either way, for Long Legs, and I was like, compared to the other people in the category, I was just really shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
So I went on Letterboxd and I found the Carpenter's Son.
Okay.
This synopsis says a remote village in Roman era Egypt explodes into spiritual warfare when a carpenter, his wife, and their child are targeted by supernatural forces.
Okay. So is this after the baby
So
was
Jesus is
born?
already
Then
around.
okay.
So Jesus is about to use his powers
Jesus, he
to
boy,
fuck up some
that boy
demons.
didn't have no powers until he got baptized when he was 33 years old. Read the Bible.
No, this movie. There was another article we read. Yeah, even the IMDb one says as he uses abilities, they face natural and divine
Okay,
horror.
so they just making up stuff. That's
Yeah,
cool. I'm with it. I'm down for it. Oh,
yeah.
and the religious community is mad about it, and so that
Oh yeah,
makes me
they're gonna
even
be
more
tight.
want to watch it.
They gonna be upset, boy. I'm saying, but like, I don't even get why you'd be mad because you about to watch Jesus as a kid fight back on some demons.
Because all they hear is biblical horror, and they're like, "What?
Yeah,
And
I'm
it's
like,
got the Son of God involved? Oh no,
yeah,
they're not having that."
I feel like it's just perfect. I mean, it's perfect. I mean, some of the aspects of the Bible is like horror movies. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
very
it's
true too.
perfect setup.
Yeah,
I think this will be super dope. Uh, but yeah,
if it's done right, yeah.
if it's done right, I just remember that FK Twigs is in this movie too. So
She is. She plays Mary. She looks beautiful. I don't know if you've seen the images of
no, I
her,
can see it. I
but
can see the image.
oh, she looks really nice. I mean, like the costuming and stuff looks true to the
Really?
times.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Cage is a white man, but FKA Twigs looks good. She looks like she belongs there.
Okay. No, I didn't even. I didn't honestly. I didn't even look at the images for this movie like that. But it does look. I just pulled up some of the images. And unfortunately, FKA Twigs is not on here, but
Oh, okay.
they just got mainly Nick Cage. But there's some good shots that looks like in here. Some real like I'm gonna call it biblical looking
It
shots.
looked like it. It looked
Yeah,
like
it looked
Passion
like
of the
it looked like one of
Christ.
them old school biblical movies. You know what I'm saying? Some of these wide shots in the desert and shit like that. Um, but yeah,
Because to
I'm
me,
excited.
Passion of the Christ was a horror movie. When I was a kid, when I watched that movie, I was scared for a long time.
You said which one?
Passion of the Christ.
Oh well, yeah,
Especially
that's
because of how they interpret or like had the devil looking. He looked so scary to me
he
when
looked
I was.
creepy.
He looked
He did
super
look
creepy.
very creepy.
There's one
It was
particular
very
scene
effective.
where he's like in this crowd and he's like going in and out and he's holding like this weird looking baby. Oh, that joke used to, I was just scared of that.
Hmm. It was very effective.
Yeah.
Uh, but IMDb got some great shots, like of Nicolas Cage looking extremely emotional. So it looks like he might
Mm,
actually deliver a really good performance.
he might do it.
I saw Horror 365 and Nikki in the chat talking about Nicolas Cage, and she was mentioning all his hits. uh, but yeah, but that's it, y'all. That's all of our updates. That's all the news. You got anything else you want to add, Ben?
Did you already, because my stuff was frozen at the beginning, did you already talk about the various places people can donate and or
No,
go find help if they need it?
no, I didn't. Go ahead and mention that, Ben.
I can't pull it up. Like I
Oh,
said,
you want me to do it? Yeah. So we've been trying at the end of all of our content. We've been trying to encourage folks, if you've got the means to donate to local charities or food banks or nonprofits, to do so, because there's a lot of people struggling, going through hard times, given the government shutdown. People are not receiving their food aid and their benefits. So we're going to put in the description as well, but you can donate to food banks if you want. You can go to feedingamerica.org, and I think on that website they have like you can look up
Mhm,
food banks, right?
mhm.
Um, you can also find local food pantries on foodfinder.us. And then in general, to get help, you can go to findhelp.org/food if you need help. But
And they
if you've
have
got
other stuff on there too, like because obviously when people having to pay for their own food that get benefits, that help, affects other things that you don't normally have to pay for. So there's other stuff on that Find Help website, not just for food, but for other things too, like utilities, housing, all kinds of stuff. So you can find things that are local to you.
Yep, absolutely. So, please do try to help out if you have the means to help out, because people are out here struggling really bad, and it's like, it's the longest government shutdown now. They are really not like giving a fuck about people. Blocking the SNAP benefits from going out. Super shocked by that. That was crazy. The Supreme Court blocked that shit. So people are gonna. It's only gonna get worse, and it's sad because you got Thanksgiving coming up, holiday times coming up, and that's normally when people, usually spend the most money. Is when the people are getting together for family and community. So let's try our best if we have the means to help people still have some great holiday times to be able to feed their families and just be safe and sheltered. So I just wanted
Yes.
wanted wanted to mention that, and then put the links in the description for y'all to check out.
Yeah.
Um, but as always, thank y'all so much for supporting us, and for all the people that joined us live and chatted with us and added to the discussion. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Shout out to Horror 365, donating the memberships and showing a lot of love in the live today. Really appreciate the Horror 365. Thank you for coming through and showing that level of support. We greatly appreciate that. And again, thank you so much. Shout out to all of our members and Patreon members for supporting us and holding us down on that level. And then just thank you so much for everybody just showing love in general, tuning into the content, sharing it, liking it, following us, doing all that stuff. Again, go check out our other reviews. Predator Badlands review is up. We got a Frankenstein reaction that's coming. Then of course we're going to continue with our Scream If You've Seen This podcast and the podcast channels. But yeah, this has been the Horror News Live Show for Sunday, November 9th, 2025. Thank you again. We'll see you in the next one because we out. Peace.